Hey, it's Dakota, and I'm out here in the woods answering your burning questions today. Absolutely loving my job, which is, how many people can say that they have to just go out into the woods and spend an hour answering questions? That's something, isn't it? So, this question comes from Terri, and Terri, I'm just going to say right off the bat, I'm going to be really apologetic for, I know I'm not going to be able to pronounce this correctly. I'm going to do the best that I can. She says, Dear Dakota, I am Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, comma, German, Norwegian, and Dane. I got those. And mostly identify as Anishinaabe, which from this whole thing I'm gathering is an indigenous tribe. Some traditionals that live on the reservation look down at other people practicing mixing with other religious spiritual beliefs. Unfortunately, the old traditional ceremonies aren't being practiced. My dilemma is I want to practice traditional ways, but all the respected spiritual leaders and healers have passed on, and I don't trust the ones that do call themselves spiritual leaders. Of all the meditations out there, I have found your meditations to be the closest to my belief. What are your thoughts on practicing mixing religious spiritual beliefs? From Terri. First of all, I feel very honored that you feel that my meditations are in line with you and with your traditions. I am obviously a white girl. I just did my DNA test though, and I do have 1% Native American and 99% Celtic. So, well, not 99%, but pretty close. I've got some Swedes in there too. So I've got a couple of thoughts on this, Terri. And when I first started doing this work many years ago, I too was, well, not too. I felt when I lived in Ohio, and that's where I really started my path with Native American culture. And I would go to all the powwows and do all the things that I could with the Native American tribes. And I really felt like I was welcomed into that arena. And that was a really great foundation for me to start on. And then I moved out to Arizona wanting to be closer to the Native American tribes to really continue to deepen that path for myself. And what I was met with was this resistance because I was a white girl. And how could I be practicing Native American ways when I am not a Native American? And I struggled with that for a long time. But I had a shaman tell me once that, he was doing a reading on me, and he said, you've got the red spirit. And I have always felt that. Ever since I was a little girl, I could feel inside of me that I was more Native American than I was white. At that point, I didn't really resonate with the Celtic. And so one of the things that, one of the stories that I really, really loved was about Chief Crazy Horse. And one of the last true Native American leaders that walked this planet, really, he, I don't want to say that because there's been a lot of beautiful people. Anyway, he fled to Canada to not get captured by white man, Custer and all of his cronies. And when he was there, he was given a vision of what was called the ghost dance. And the ghost dance was taught to him as a way to confront white people, the tribes or the armies when they would come in and try to annihilate them. Then instead of fighting back, they would do this ghost dance. And what it would do is it would take their spirits and ascend them, and the red spirit, ascend the red spirit. And then when the time was right, the red spirit would come back and would embody not just red man, but red, white, yellow, black. And so in that context, what happened was Crazy Horse then came back to the United States, and there was this, big battle. And instead of fighting back, the Native Americans did this dance. And the white man was so taken aback because they didn't understand, why are they dancing? They're not fighting. And they annihilated all of them. To this day, we're at 2017. This was all back in the 1800s. 2017, at least as far as I know, it is illegal to perform the ghost dance in the United States by anybody. So, and that's how much it scared white man. So going back to that story, though, is that there has been a lot of belief in the last probably 20, 30 years that that time has been ripe for that red spirit to come back down and start embodying the bodies of people and bringing back the traditions and the ways. So when you look at what's happening in our world around us and the people who are really gravitating towards Native American culture and traditions and things like that, is that oftentimes it is not the Native American who is bringing that out into the world. It's people like me, it's people like you, and other people of all kinds of nationalities, not just American, but a lot of my students in the mentorship program are from all over the world, and they're not American. So I say this because really it's about knowing the intention of the person who is in question and looking beyond the body bag, beyond the skin color, beyond the nationality, beyond the gender, beyond all of those labels that we like to put on people, and really asking, is this person coming from a true space of an open heart, of good intention, of love for all, and is really connected to nature and the ways of the tribes, of the Native Americans. And for me, it's about blending that with the Celtic also. I have a large percentage of me that is Celtic, and I bring those together. But so always it's the intention. Now, having said that, you don't just ask somebody, what's your intention? Why are you doing this work? But you watch them, and it's not, don't watch people when they are on stage or they are teaching a class or, presenting themselves to the world, because they're going to present that best piece of themselves. But sit back and watch how they interact with people in general, or the environment, or just, you can get a feel for somebody's intentions far better if you're looking at their real life than their personified on stage life. And and one of the reasons why I do these coffees the way that I do them, and maybe you guys don't know this, but I don't edit any of this. You probably wish I did. But I come out here with my little camera, and I find a spot in the woods, I read a question, and I answer it. And, a lot of times I will read the question ahead of time and just sit and listen. But most of the time I'm actually just speaking what comes to me. And sometimes I get really distracted, like Izzy's over here and there's a bird up here and there's the wind and I want to go sit in that spot in the sun, and I get really distracted, and that's just who I am, and that's my authentic self, and that's why I do these videos the way that I do them, with no edits. I mean, you see me turning on and turning off the camera, and part of that is just simply, Terri, because I want you to see who I am. Not, when I, and actually most of my retreats are done this way too, but my personified person, the polished part of Dakota, who isn't wearing a ball cap, who isn't, swatting bugs off her ears and all this kind of stuff. That person, although authentic and genuine, I would want somebody to actually know me for who I really am in every area of my life, not just one. So my feelings of mixing religions and all of that, really, it just is about the person. It really is. It's about the intention behind the person. And I had a Methodist pastor tell me once that there are 1,000 ways to God, not just one. So, thank you for the question. All right, bye. Hey, so stick with me for just one more minute. I've got something really exciting to tell you, that we are just now going to be opening up a private, super private Facebook group for just a very select people who are very interested in this kind of work. So what we're planning on doing is doing some light teachings that will kind of coincide with what we do in the mentorship, to give you a little taste test of each of the directions. And so for 9 weeks, out of each time that we go around the medicine wheel, we will re-embark on a new direction and give you some challenges and some fun things to do that will kind of line you up with that energy of the medicine wheel. I'll also be doing a live meditation every single week, and we call that Trance Tuesday, so you can guess what day it's going to be on. And in addition to that, we're also going to do, in August, we're going to do a 21-day gratitude challenge. I can kind of foresee that in the fall time, we're going to do a 21-day soul detox cleanse. We'll do 21 days of ritual. We're just going to do all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this is an invitation-only type Facebook group. It's a closed group. So if you want in, then go to the link below and let us know that you want in, and we will make sure that you get a personal invite. So again, go to the link below, get your personal invite, your little golden VIP card, and join us. We're actually going to be starting meditations now, so they probably, by the time you see this, have already started. So get on there and come join the community. Now, wait, before I let you go, before you hit that stop button, this group, this Facebook group is, I want the energy to be super high, and I want it to be really authentic, and I want people to show up. So if you're just joining the group just to have it on a tab on the sidebar, it's not going to be worth your while. It's not going to be worth my while. I want people who are engaged. I want people who are really interested in learning this work. So if you know somebody also that you think would fit that, then please give them this link and let them kind of join up. Or once you're in, you can invite people in as well that you want. But really, I'm very protective of my groups, so please come join us if you really feel called and led to. All right, I'll see you on Facebook or in another coffee. Bye, guys.